Judkins came back from a broken leg and a dislocated ankle, and the first thing he did was send a message that changed everything for Shedeur Sanders.
How is it having Shedeur as QB1?
Man, it's fun. Shedeur is, he's a great talent. Also, he's got a good personality. He's fun to be around. Me and him are very attentive to detail and practice.
Nice.
Also, we got personalities. We spend a lot of time outside of the building, so being with him is cool.
What's he like in the locker room? Is he a leader?
Yeah, I think, to be a quarterback in one of any team, you have to have that locker room and have a voice. So I think a lot of the guys believe in him, and just having that relationship with each other, I think it means a lot too.
Injury, and Quinshon Judkins has sent the message to Shedeur Sanders. Let's take a look here at the Dogs of Cleveland Browns podcast. It's great to see Quinshon Judkins back in Berea and looking healthy. Looking forward to year 2 of Q. Browns running back Quinshon Judkins. Q is back, so he's already back, ready to start cooking, ready to start breaking those big runs once again and being that monster in the backfield that Shedeur Sanders is going to need, because he's going to need all the help.
Most people wrote Quinshon Judkins off after that gruesome injury against the Bills. Carted off the field, season done, future uncertain. But nobody told Judkins that, because right now he's back in Berea. He's healthy, he's moving like nothing ever happened, and the message he just sent to Shedeur Sanders and the entire Cleveland Browns organization, nobody saw this coming. This is bigger than just a running back returning from injury. This is about a team that's been through chaos, criticism, and collapse, finally showing signs of life. And at the center of it all is a duo that might just be the most dangerous young tandem in the entire AFC. But here's what nobody's talking about yet.
He was a big part of that monster rookie class that the Cleveland Browns had last year. He was on pace. He was in the Offensive Rookie of the Year running, man. He was absolutely lighting it up, putting up big numbers behind a terrible offensive line. Defenses were able to load up because they knew they had no receivers. You had Jerry Jeudy dropping the ball all over the place. But his season came to a nasty end with a brutal injury.
Let's go back to last season for a second. The Cleveland Browns were an absolute mess. Terrible offensive line. No reliable receivers. Jerry Jeudy dropping passes left and right. And a rookie quarterback thrown into the fire with almost zero support around him. Yet somehow, in the middle of all that chaos, 2 rookies stood out. Quinshon Judkins was doing things that made every scout in the league raise an eyebrow. Running behind one of the worst offensive lines in football, defenses knew exactly what was coming, and he still gashed them. Big run after big run. Touchdown after touchdown. He was putting up numbers that had people seriously talking about Offensive Rookie of the Year. And then it happened. A swing screen, a perfectly placed hit, and just like that, broken leg, dislocated ankle, season over. The moment Shedeur Sanders saw Judkins go down on that play, he was devastated. Not just because they lost their best offensive weapon, but because Sanders knew that was his pass, his throw, his teammate lying on that field. Sanders later admitted he stayed up late that night just sitting with Judkins, talking about life, not football, life. That's the kind of bond these two have built. But this is where everything changes. Quinshon Judkins is back, fully healthy, already back in Berea, already looking explosive, already moving like the injury never happened. And the message he sent isn't just for Shedeur Sanders, it's for every single team on Cleveland's 2026 schedule. He's back, he's healthy, and he's coming for all of them.
Talked about some of the potential outcomes for the Cleveland Browns in the draft. Now, we heard talks of the Cleveland Browns potentially moving up in the draft, which was a big shocker. This entire time, we have heard about them potentially looking to trade out of number 6. Maybe they'll stick and pick, take a Cardinal Tate, a Spencer Fano at tackle or something like that. We got to see. Let's take a listen to this and see what they had to say.
Guide came out last week. His number 1 lineman is Spencer Fano. He's only played left tackle 1 year. He's a good athlete. He's 21. He fits everything that the Browns want. So it's pretty comfortably.
Now here's why this matters more than people realize. Shedeur Sanders is heading into the most important year of his young career. He's still not officially named the starter. Head coach Todd Monken has made it clear Nothing is handed to anybody. There's an open competition. Deshaun Watson is recovering. Dylan Gabriel is in the building. The Browns could even add another quarterback option. Shedeur needs every single advantage he can get, and Quinshon Judkins might be the biggest advantage of all. Think about what defenses have to deal with when Judkins is on the field and healthy. You can't load the box because Shedeur can hurt you with his arm and his legs. You can't play soft coverage because Judkins will rip off 10-yard gains before the linebacker even reacts. The entire dynamic of the offense shifts the moment Q is healthy and operating at full speed. That's not just important, that's game-changing. But nobody expected what came next. When analysts started breaking down Cleveland's options heading into the 2026 NFL Draft, the conversation got real complicated real fast. The Browns hold the 6th overall pick, and the debate isn't simple. Do they take Carnell Tate if he's available? Do they trade down and accumulate picks? Do they grab Spencer Fenno, a 21-year-old left tackle who's only played the position for 1 year but fits everything Cleveland wants in a blindside protector? Or do they swing for premium elite talent at a position that fills a long-term need, regardless of immediate fit? Here's the hard truth that nobody wants to say out loud. The Browns have a perception problem. They know it, the fan base knows it, the league knows it. And no matter what they do on draft night, they're not winning any perception battles on April 23rd. The home run pick everyone is dreaming about, it probably isn't sitting there waiting for them at 6. So what do? The real argument being made is this. Take the best available talent, not just the guy who fills a need, not just the safe pick, the guy who has freak athleticism, elite upside, and the kind of developmental ceiling that makes your franchise better 5 years from now, not just 5 weeks from now. Because the Browns have been burned before. They drafted guys who were fine. Just fine. Never got better, never took that leap. And right now, with Shedeur Sanders trying to prove he belongs, with Judkins coming back from a brutal injury, with a new coaching staff still finding its identity, this is not the moment for fine. This is the moment for a decision that defines the next decade. Here's what makes the Judkins return so emotionally powerful, though. Last year, everyone questioned the pick. Why Judkins over someone else? Why not go a different direction? And yet, he came out and proved every single doubter wrong, behind one of the worst offensive lines in football, without a passing game threatening anyone, with defenses loading up specifically to stop him, and he still produced.
How was it to see that Shedeur made the Pro Bowl for you?
That was good, bro. I was happy for him, bro. You know, to see what he endured all year and him to make it through that, the ups and downs, and see him be rewarded. Not like that, but I think that's what makes him himself, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. You gotta look at him. You gotta look at who his pops is too. Greatest cornerback all time, played in the MLB, and he was same type of dude, swag, talking, like all that. So it's like, I mean, that's just who he is. But I mean, I love it. Like when they was at Colorado, I thought they was turned. I thought they was lit out there. So I'm like, keep that going.
Right, yeah, and trying to get the most out of them over the long haul. Maybe not like you said, not at the beginning of the career, but certainly later. And sometimes we don't always have the judgment 1 year after the draft. This year we do. I think you're right. With Fannin, we know we've got the guy. Schlesinger clearly is the guy. I think Judkins is. The injury kind of throws a curveball in there. But there are many drafts where even after year one, the grade's still incomplete because you don't know. What we want to see is take a player and on the arc and the progression, you see that he's clearly getting better year to year.
Now he's coming back healthy, with a stronger supporting cast around him, with a quarterback who genuinely believes in him, and with something to prove after that nightmare ending to his rookie year. That chip on his shoulder, that hunger to come back even better, that's exactly the energy the Cleveland Browns need right now. Because here's the thing that keeps getting overlooked. This rookie class, Judkins, Carson Schlesinger, Harold Fenton Jr., Mason Graham, they're not just good players. They're the foundation of something real, something that hasn't existed in Cleveland for a long time. Schlesinger looks like the guy. Fenton is developing, and Judkins, injury aside, had the kind of year one that makes you believe he's going to be a special player for a very long time. The only incomplete grade in all of this is Shedeur Sanders, not because he failed, but because he didn't have enough time, enough support, or enough healthy weapons around him to truly show what he can do over a full season. That changes this year. Judkins is back, the line is being upgraded, the coaching staff has had time to build a real system, and Shedeur Sanders is walking into year two with a chip on his shoulder that is absolutely massive. Every single person who doubted him during that draft slide, every analyst who questioned his confidence, every talking head who said he wasn't a first-round talent, he remembers every single one of them. And when Quinshon Judkins looks at his quarterback and says, "I believe in you," that means something. Because Judkins doesn't say things he doesn't mean. He shows up, he produces, he bleeds for his teammates. The Browns might not win any perception battles on draft night. They might not get the headlines or the hype. But in that locker room, in that building in Berea, something real is being built. And when Quinshon Judkins and Shedeur Sanders take that field together in 2026, fully healthy, fully hungry, and fully motivated, the rest of the AFC better be paying attention. Because this duo didn't come this far just to be a storyline. They came this far to be the answer. And if you want to see exactly how this Cleveland Browns story unfolds, hit that subscribe button right now, because we're covering every move, every draft pick, every development as it happens. Don't miss a single update.